Hey guys, this is IntroducingEmy. We're back with another 100 Days of Making Comics, and if you can tell, my voice sounds a lot better. It's been a day and a half-ish since I recorded the last one, so gave my voice some time to heal. Dave also got me some Sucrets and cough drops, though admittedly I didn't really have a cough. I mean, I had to clear my throat a little bit when I was sick, but I just had a sore throat. And it's funny, he mentioned, I totally forgot this, but a year or 2 years ago, shortly before we left on our Christmas vacation to go to Pennsylvania, he got sick, just like this time. He got pretty sick with a decent cold. He works in an office, so he picks up anything and everything that comes through those doors. But he got sick, and then shortly after, I got sick with a sore throat, and that was it. I never caught the full cold, hardcore thing. I don't know, maybe my immune system's really good. It's funny, though, because, I've had awful things over the years. I had strep throat when I was a kid, and I had mono as a, sorry, my dog's walking around. I had mono as a, yeah, you're gonna go out and give me 15 minutes here. Jeez, dog. She's impatient with me. But yeah, I had mono when I was in college, and I've had chicken pox and a smattering of flus. I'm just really good at getting sick, I guess. So, we are actually leaving for Christmas break. I kind of want to change the shape of his mouth a little bit here. I don't know though. We are leaving for Christmas break on the 24th, and we'll be back on the 31st. And I've sort of made a promise to myself to not work on any more current Trying Human pages, to kind of give myself a vacation from the current plotline, and also because I'm not totally happy with the upcoming scene in the current stuff, and I'd like to do some more edits on it before it goes live. So I'm actually going to take it with me, just the script part, on my little vacation, and work on it on the plane, or whenever I get an evening to myself when we're home. Kind of marinate in it a little bit. But in the meantime, I would like to get some redos done, because I haven't had a lot of time with both the Kickstarter and the current page stuff going to, I started a new chapter and am working on the Kickstarter stuff at the same time, and it's always super stressful to start a new chapter. I mean, I'm already, done with the first 2 scenes of the chapter, but it's a big one. They're all big ones, I guess, though. That's not really a fair thing to say. But anyway, so yeah, I haven't been super dedicated to doing my 30 minutes of redos a day and stuff, and I feel really guilty about that. And they are fun. I'm not a huge fan of recording all this stuff, but I like the interaction. The only thing I don't like about recording is I feel obligated to talk, and I can't always think of what to say. And when I can't talk, or I'm too busy or something to, I've got other stuff going on in the background and I can't have sound going, then I have to go and find music or something and deal with that. And not everybody likes speed draws, and then I get flack for that, and it's just like, oh. I also don't know why, but I didn't realize that not everybody else is doing their 30 minutes a day the way I'm doing it. Like, I thought everybody had recorded them, or was recording them, or was logging them somewhere, like in blogs or something. I didn't realize that. I mean, like, people were basically just from what I understand now, people are just kind of doing, like, announcing that they've done their 30 minutes for that day, and then they're done. Whereas, like, I'm actually like, look, I am actually, like, proof. Not that those folks aren't trustworthy, or I'm not trustworthy, it's just that I didn't understand. I thought, like, we had to, or something. Or the comic gods would come down from their shrines made of coffee and overdue work and beat me. Well, since I'm just sitting here, I might as well tell you guys and I don't have a lot to say about my ink-ing. I think I've already done it on camera quite a bit now, so I think I would kind of be repeating ad nauseum stuff you've already seen. But when I was younger, I had this happen twice to me, and each time it was to, like, one time it was to my dad, one time it was to my mom. So when I was younger, I was sick and didn't, like, tell anybody, and it wasn't very obvious yet that I was sick. And then, like, my parents would get flack for not noticing it sooner. Which is bullcrap because, and I know lots of kids are like this, when the kids are like dogs and cats, like, when there's something wrong, they don't tell you. They're just like, da da da, and they just, like, go about their daily business. But the one time I think I was pretty young, so I don't really remember it very well, though my dad, he remembers it well because he felt like a shit, I guess. But we drove back to my grandparents' house. They lived a ways away, like 2.5 hours away or something like that. And we would drive back in the evenings and then pretty much go to bed right from there. And then in the morning we'd get up and, like, visit and, you know, spend our weekends back there. Well, we drove back and I was fine. And then in the morning I got up and I remember feeling sore, like, just not good. You know, I was real young. I couldn't have been more than, like, 4 or 5 or 6, somewhere in there. I can't even remember if I was in school yet. But anyway, so I went downstairs and my dad and my grandparents are sitting at the table, and I said to my dad, I said, I don't feel good. And he said my neck, like my throat was swollen up, you know, all my little glands and whatnot. They were ready to make a run for it, you know. And he rushed me over to the ER. And the doctor there, like, gave him flack and was like, you should notice this. And he was like, she was fine last night. And it's true, like, I kind of remember this. Like, I didn't feel sick the night before, but the guy's, oh, well, she clearly has had this for a while. But it's like, nope. I didn't. And then the other time, I woke up with kind of a stuffy nose, but my mom sent me to school, and I mean, I wasn't like, oh, I don't feel good, I want to stay home, you know. I really liked school when I was younger. Then it became a nightmare. But like, in elementary school, I had a good time and stuff, and that was way too big. That's too thick. Yeah, that's better. And I went to school with this stuffy nose, not thinking a thing of it, and I mean, less than like an hour and a half, 2 hours into homeroom, I think I was like running a temperature, and I had my head down on the desk. My nose was running like a faucet. I was so embarrassed, I just felt like a big pile of sludge. I remember that one really vividly. Because I was embarrassed to be like sick in front of my friends and other classmates. So I could tell they were looking at me like, you lucky dog. Because they called my parent or my mom, and she actually came down to the classroom and got me and escorted me out. And but I remember kind of thinking, like, I can't remember if my mom said something to me or the school said something about, like, why did I even come to school like that? But, like, again, I didn't feel like I was that sick, I mean, I had times later where I was super sick. Like, when I had mono, I was like, I'm dying. I drove myself home from college and stayed at my parents' house for a while. I missed, like, so many classes. It was just the worst. That was near the end, kind of the end of that was like the end of my third year of college. So I was getting kind of close to the end, and I had some rapport built with my professors. They knew that I wouldn't just like bail for no reason and stuff. But ugh, that was the worst. God, and college is so filthy. Everybody's so damn filthy at college. So God only knows how I caught mono. I know they call it the kissing disease, but I was not doing any kissing at school. I didn't like anybody. You're all dead to me. But everybody's like sick, and you're like I was working with lab equipment, like art equipment, and and everybody's like hacking and coughing on each other, and ugh, just miserable. If I ever became a supervillain, I'd be like the kind of supervillain to like rid the world of disease, aka like make it just a big ball of plastic or something. Man, being sick is like the worst because like it's funny when you're not sick, especially like if you have like a bunch of work you have to do and you're just like, "Oh God, please make me miserably sick so I can get out of this project that I have to do or something." It's because like when you're not sick, you're like, "Oh, it's not that bad." And then when you're sick, you're like, "No, Jesus. Satan is within me. I'm dying." It's just the worst. And you would like do anything to not be sick. Like when your nose clears up for a little bit and you're just like, I can breathe again. Thankfully, I haven't been really sick in a long time. Like I've had my fair share of like sore throats and cold, little teeny one day cold kind of things, but nothing, no fevers, none of that craziness. Oh my God, my neighbors are so loud. I'm like listening to them talk. I feel like I'm being nosy when I'm listening in on them talking, but they talk so loudly that I'm like, well, here I am listening in on your conversation. Hope you don't mind. Alright, panel 1, done. I'm gonna skip down and do this panel because I only got about 15 minutes left to record, so and Dave's gonna be home at like any second now, and I'm gonna have to get off the computer for the evening. I always wait and do these around like 5 o'clock, which is kind of like the end of my work day. I'm not pretty much past 5. I'm not really on the computer anymore. I don't know. I really like to unplug in the evenings. I don't like to be on in front of like the computer and the TV all day long. Don't do me dirty here. There we go. You know what? I'll leave it. I was gonna draw that circle in, but I'll just use the eraser. It's a little easier. And let me knock the size up so I'm not killing my wrist trying to press harder. Somebody is making an awful lot of noise downstairs. Sounds like hammering or something. Oh man, our complex, every year they do roofing maintenance, and I don't know why, but they've decided, I'm always like bitching about our HOA, I am sorry, but they have decided to do the roofing maintenance this year all next week. So all during Christmas, I think, and at the end of Hanukkah. Time to do roofing. I don't know why. They've just decided that this is the time. It just I don't know what they're thinking. Cuz like it's the one week that everybody's going to be like home. And also like those roofing guys, they don't want to be up there during Christmas week. And it's strange to me because I've lived here in this complex now for like 3 years, and this is the first time they've ever done it during the winter. They usually do it like in late spring, early summer, so I don't know. I'm not sure what their dealie is. Okay, so you can't see the bottom of her chin there. So I bought a gingerbread house kit, but I'm going away. I'm going away for Christmas, so I don't know if I should do it and try to like scarf down as much gingerbread as I can, or if I should like hold off and decorate it for January and like decorate it in like blues and whites and silvers, which are kind of like January colors, I guess. And January is like a snowy, cold, wintry month. It's a fun, Christmassy after. I don't know. I always think of January as like extra Christmas. Oh, I made the thing move by laughing. Sorry. Um, it's extra Christmas, guys. Everybody knows extra Christmas. The reason I'm not being too completionist about these lines is because the grass here I'm going to actually do in black, and I'm pretty sure the grass is going to cover most of that information down there, so I know it's kind of cheap of me. It's sort of cheaty of me to not like really dig in there and finish it all up, but I'm gonna have to turn my correction down a little bit. It's just a little too high. I really like this hand. It's a little gnarled, but I like it because it's not my usual. Oops. It's not my usual, je ne sais quoi. I don't know. Okay, wait, I'm kind of like confused here. This line is so thick, but I don't know. I mean, I know this is the side of his face. I must have just kind of had a heavy hand when I was fixing stuff up. People talk so loud. Well, I have to go now. So this is going to do it for now, but I will finish this up. We completed like what, 2 1/4 panel, something like that. So, alrighty, I will see you guys next time. Yep, bye.